Quick over here. As some of you probably already noticed, well, first of all, I'm so rude. Good morning, everyone. This is pretty much considered a late night for me because I work second shift. And you probably say to myself, I am smoking a cigarette. Like from the days, and I think about it from the days of when I was, I guess, a kid, a teenager, or even a young adult. Um, Smoking a cigarette wasn't such taboo, but I guess in light of the dangers that we apparently ever learned in reference to cigarettes, but now they're vaping, so I guess there's always going to be some type of habit that consumes us. But I really have my cigarette. I'm smoking my cigarette here, just for the sake of making point to record. you know, See myself out here smoking. Maybe shame myself. Maybe I might get commentary. I mean, can't nobody really tell me. And if you try to tell me, you smoke, you're gonna get on my nerves and it's gonna bother me. It's really probably more than likely gonna make me want to smoke more. But I just got on here, man. You know, I wanted to holler. I've successfully made 33% of the viewership. Well, not the viewership, but the subscribers to reach the monetization goal. Recently, I got a warning for some content I put up. Interesting, but hey, I guess it comes with the game. I guess it's better to learn these lessons early. So I don't fault. I guess I should have labeled my title better in the name of satire or shock jock comedy. But yeah, I really just wanted to come on because it's like I was coming on anyway because I had to make a practice of this. If I plan on being successful at anything, or anyone who plans on being successful at anything must practice it. They must continue to practice it and try to build up a level of ability to do it well if they want to be successful in it. Everything's not for everybody. I guess time will tell if this is for me. well, you know, but yeah. I was just up, man. I don't know why I'm smoking this anyway. I guess I was gonna smoke this before I came on, and I decided to like this because I wanted to come on and read. I keep on saying, "Come on, come on, come on." That is something that I must correct for future videos. See, this is a practice thing. I decided to come on because there's a comment that I actually received a while back, and I went back to reference it, because I kind of was looking at my viewership, even though I guess people gain subscribers and gain views in a certain type of fashion, but all in all, in the last 28 days, I got 7,200 views. For what that's worth. And I guess it's worth a lot, and I guess I can pretty much point that to the content, the content I choose to put up here. But that's not what I really want to talk about. I want to come on and read these comments, and I want to expound on really one comment because the person asked a pretty good question. But this one comment I just received. And it kind of blew. I mean, I literally just received this comment 25 minutes ago. It's from someone, Nasi, in 1984. So I guess this individual is associated with 19. It might have been his birthday in 1984 because as I read this comment, I guess you could be the guest of that. It says, greetings, salute to you, sir. These videos make my day. Me and my family watch these videos. I believe you. And this was underneath the video for my Quando Rondo video I put up earlier. It's been a long time since I've ever listened to any music that is gangster rap, and the last album I've ever owned was Spice One and Lynch Mob. It's those are pretty significant artists to have albums from. Those are the last two that you bought. Uh, in the early 2000s, I moved on since then and never looked back. After the artists, the game, and Lloyd Beef was beefing, and many others followed. And that's a strong comment. You know, he's saying that this was I shouldn't say it may not be a man, maybe it very well be a woman. She or he or they're saying that I made comments in that video in reference to how the art form has become, one of the gangster rap, the reality rap, the drill rap has become considered the most hazardous subgenre, violently dangerous subgenre of music. Not only hip hop music, but music period. You don't hear nearly as many of any other genre or subgenre of music where the artists within that genre or subgenre are violently murdered, or even, if you want to even use the guidelines of being mass incarcerated or being incarcerated. There's no other genre that has that number bigger than the gangster drill reality rap hip hop subgenre. But that one, I just got that comment underneath my Quando Rondo video. I appreciate that one. But there's two comments. This person actually made two comments, and and when I feel kind of, it's like when I feel kind of discouraged, a little bit discouraged, and I try to avoid feeling discouraged because you know things take time. You know, I really had this channel for years, and if it wasn't for coming across the YouTube, the social media, the just overall uh, meteoric rise of Charleston White, and just watching his videos and listening to the things he say and following him by way of video along the course of his journey, where I learned, that if you're going to spend a whole bunch of time on this internet, which I have been for years, not only years but decades, then you should be making money on here. Otherwise, you're just wasting time, and and for the most part, you're stupid. And I mean that's not fair to say. That's not fair to say. People get online, of course, make very ample usage of their time online. It's a form of entertainment. It's a form of gaining information. That's really good. Cherry Dosi. It tastes delicious. But my thing was, people have been and told me, y'all do a blog, and I guess that was like back in the day in written form. But then, you know, if I could, if I'm adept enough to write something, then I should be pretty skilled enough. I mean, I've taken public speech class, I've taken journalism classes, writing classes, etymology class. So I would think, I would believe, I would hope that I would be able to find topics and communicate them effectively to a crowd by way of video or audio or both, as well as written. But I didn't want to hold it. Let me go into this person's comment because they had a lot of beef and they had a lot of meat in the second comment I'm going to read from them. So let me get to where that was. Let me write this down. Okay, got that. Okay. Well, that's good comment. He was talking about Charles when they said that. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. I can't find it. No, I'm gonna find it though. It's over here. I'm just skipping it. Hold on. On content, add content, comments, view more, keep it comment, keep it true. Uh, Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, YouTube. Don't do me like that, YouTube. Please be patient with me, people, because I know it's out here. I just looked at it. I looked at them. Hmm, That's messed up. I'm truly bugging. But the person that basically told me that they like my conversational style. Maybe I can find it this way. And I mean, and that's what I want to say. What I really was my is my objective to come on here and have conversations. I it's me being an introvert. Um, I guess I'm like a social introvert. I mean, I guess it's well. I'll throw the blame here. I'm a Pisces, so being the duality that I am, there's a certain personality and practice things that I do certain things in as a Pisces. As far as being more socially active with one fish. There's two fishes. It's a duality. One fish swimming in one fish, other fish swimming in the other direction. There's one that's more reserved, and there's one that's more active in public. I guess that's why they often accuse us of being bipolar per se. But hey, even in the midst of that, even in the midst of that, all I do is just come on and say my and talk my talk, and is it here? It's got to be here somewhere, man. I'm bugging. I don't know who that is, but it's not important. But yeah, man. I'm truly tripping. It's gonna bug me out, but I know I need to carry on since I'm on here, and I started a video. O Block got bought. I know y'all heard about that. Um, well, maybe you haven't heard about that, but O Block got bought. O Block in Chicago. Vaughn's block. It was purchased evidently, and they said that like I imagine I don't know whether he was fronting or I would imagine there's no reason for him to front. Um, that Little Dirk was supposedly interested in buying the property, but evidently he didn't buy the property. So someone else bought the property. I cannot believe I cannot find the answer to this. Find this comment nowhere. I'm truly thought. It's totally not my imagination. But yeah, man, I made 300 and what was it 45 345 subs now. Supposedly, they have a real time hours and they have another set of hours. One set of hours says 1,077, while the other says 900 and I guess 70 something. So I'm practically at my 25% of 25% of my watch hour requirement to attain monetization. So in the process of doing it, I keep on making stuff. I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't even have my glasses. I don't even see if anybody's out there. Of course not. I'm not big enough. There'll probably be a time where, wow, I'll be like, oh man, in my mind, there's a whole lot of people out there. That's amazing. But that time has not come yet. I'm truly bugging that I cannot find. I wanted to expound on what that person commented to me, man. I'm really, 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 really kind of perturbed. I'm perturbed because of that. I'm very perturbed. I'm disturbed even. It doesn't make sense to me. It's absolutely confusing. Uh, Gee whiz, buddy. I'm gonna put this down. You got to be kidding. Okay, let's see if that works. There you go. There you go. Wow. I just had to do that. I'm still here by myself. So fuck it. Alright, so yeah, man. I got my comment up. That's wild. It took me forever to find it. I got my cup from my friend bought me a shot glass from the Dominican Santo Domingo. But this person commented, "I'm always shiny. Maybe I need to drink more water." This person commented, and they said, "I love your videos, sir. I enjoy people chopping it up online. Finally, a good adult conversation." And I just responded, I said, "This is one of the most complimentary comments I've received since I've been doing this because you understand exactly what my direction and goal is. Thank you." But that's not the one that I want to expound on. That's the one that I go. I just this person kind of comment is like it says here 3 weeks old, and I read it already, and I clicked like on it, but I go back to it because I guess it kind of gives me focus on the type of listener that I may have out there that may very well be checking on me or may in the future check for me. But the next comment that the person left, and this is under my post that said about the African American black man, well, black male, black man. What is your global resume? How do you represent? What is your resume on this planet? What if someone was to, if you were to, never mind. Do you have to watch the video if you choose to? It's just the African American black male man. What is your global resume? And he made the comment here, Mr. Sellers, to Mr. Tarver Sellers. Many of us possess process useful skills. Well, I guess he meant possess useful skills. However, many of us outweighed by those who devalue the gifted talents because of false Hollywood stereotypes many still believe are real. Hollywood is just a script. Many of us can rewrite our own script to live our own way. For example, athletes have a platform to public relations and can help by word of mouth to other Negro folks who know how to farm, blacksmith, hunt, or modern technology. However, many who get on large scale platforms are afraid of losing the mainstream folk audience by exposing concealed Negro men to other Negroes. I once told my late GI generation grandparents years ago the most dangerous man on the planet is the one who is the messenger. Once it gets out, everyone is on. Now, I don't know for certain whether if Mr. Tarvis is a nigger folk. All I can do is review what he has written here, and and you think about it. You have these artists, and they make exorbitant liquor deals. They get money. They get money with the liquors, and they buy out. Buy ornate bottles, and it's a brand of that nature. But they never. Is there any way that perhaps if you know that it is your image that is selling the product in which the people are buying, then why aren't you able to utilize your platform, your image, whether you be an athlete or an entertainer, or even to the point of those who actually are supposed to, be able, who are burdened with the duty to serve the people by way of political office. These are the ones that are voted in to do it. Why not use that platform to even if such a farmer doesn't exist, you'd be like, well, just get talk it up to where a program is presented. But I don't know, maybe that's just being idealistic, because in certain cases you can't put it in the hands of these other people if you have an objective. Because you think about when you I'm stuttering. I apologize for stuttering, but when you think back to those who came before us, we think back to our ancestors, and they had the minimal resources, but they did have a level of skill and ingenuity in a knowledge of the things in which they traded in, or they were skilled in. Whether it be blacksmithing, whether it be farming, whether it be you know you know this guy that keep on talking butchering, being a butcher, being a hunter, just it's just a certain of being a carpenter, because we did all types of whatever levels of industry. Um, why not those who have those large platforms be the ones that push to make certain that those of the Negro, the nigger folks have the ability to, if they're not doing anything else, and have some way to, while you're learning how to do this, and you're going to learn this skill, and you're going to be able to get your own money. You ain't got to worry about getting locked up, because now you're living in a society where we do not condone any type of injustice or any type of criminality within each other, with amongst each other. Now you can take that shit across the railroad tracks, and if whatever you come back with, you got to you got to carry it on your own, but within fair limits, of course. But I think I'm going off topic. But no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm really not, because we have an attendant. Well, I shouldn't say we, because I'm trying to unlearn myself of the habit of idolizing figures and idolizing celebrities and figures and um, athletes, political figures and athletes and celebrities, entertainers, dancers, singers, bojanglers. So we raise these people up, and it's not necessarily the fact that we want to see these people provide us with anything of constructive benefit, tangible benefit, resource, in a means that would uh, produce resources or give us a blueprint or enable us to follow our own blueprint, some type of funding where, well, we have the plan, we just need to fund it. There's when you speak of reparations, there are certain types of repairs. There's been all types of industrial. They speak of capitalism. Like I said, recently the rapper Sean Carter, Jay-Z talked about. He said, they're calling me a capitalist. They're trying to use capitalist like it's the N word. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Don't ain't nobody really saying that. I guess they got caught up in the Mac on that DJ Khaled verse. And it's Mr. Beyonce, so it's a hedge of protection. And I mean, I guess that's fair if you've earned it, but you just can't keep on coming out saying just smart dumb shit and saying in the name of being socially conscious. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you're a very skilled rapper, and I guess eh, they say from my understanding, a skilled businessman as well. But I know the purpose behind buy and sell. I know what buy and sell is. You buy low and you sell high. Especially if you're a brand, if you have a brand in which you could put your face on whatever it is that you purchase, and selling, you're pretty much selling a part of your image, as a booster to the product. That's why I have title. I like title though. Say Jay Z's they pay more pennies to the artist. All right, fuck it. If I gotta have a streaming service, plus I think they gave it to me for a while for free. It came with my plan. But I don't know, man. I don't know, Tarver. I don't know. He said, what else he say? Many of us possess useful skills. Are outweighed by, and many of us are outweighed by those who devalue the gifted talent. I guess these gifted talents because of the false Hollywood stereotypes. I guess what he means is that the worker class man, and from what I understand, they speak in terms of values of man that I guess it it really and the man, rest in peace, Mr. Kevin Samuels. From what I understand, my understanding, his intention was to expound upon, what the to differentiate the high value male, because while all these guys were online claiming they were high value males and typing them on the internet, the valuation of a high value meal is that they generally do nothing of the sort. They're not making YouTube video blogs and having heated debates and critiquing women and trying in the name of coaching and man, y'all if I I don't know, man. I say I talk bored to the brothers. I mean, I talk. Of course, I talk. Since I don't try. I don't make an attempt to tell the ladies what to do. You know, I just discuss the things that I know that I myself as a man that has done. But I'm not saying that all guys. Uh, Nobody's perfect. Fuck it. I don't even know why I'm trying to expound that out too much, but I just try to speak to the fellas, man, because like I've spoken also, I say it seems as if we're living in an opposite world where, you know, what you would consider masculine, once you would have considered as masculine, have now become flip sided into what is presumed as feminine traits, I guess you could say. I don't know, how do I describe this, man? I've said that I spoke on this. Like, I don't know why I keep saying that because it don't matter what I spoke on before you watch this video right now. So let me make sure I get this clear. It seems like the male, I guess people they stop they're careful about what they go about pronouns and things. But I'm just an old school kind of fella, and I just know about ladies and gentlemen. So I guess people have their own certain things that they do, their lifestyles, and don't let me go too off on that. But y'all know, I'm talking about man and woman. Um, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. But whatever it is fucking wrong. That's some good ass weed, baby. I guess if y'all want me to continue on whatever that topic was I was speaking on, uh, leave it in the comments. I just came on here to fuck around, cause uh, I don't know how the algorithm is treating me, and I also was playing with this thing. This thing ain't moving with me no more. I guess I gotta hit it. If I hit it, do something. It ain't doing nothing. I need to fire my director. I need to fire my staff. But yeah, man, I couldn't even really do this video. I couldn't focus. I really yesterday lost my train of thought. I apologize, people. I'm sure I didn't talk about enough shit already for you to draw your conclusions off of. We're not the lesser of these. They were talking about the high value man, and there are certain levels of high value man, and I wish that Kevin Samuels was still around to expound upon what from my understanding from a colleague of his was the concept of the high value Herman, where he may then make $100,000 a year, but he makes enough to support his family, and his family's really taken care of, and they love him, and he's in the presence of his family's life, being a constructive member of. This is from my understanding from the brief description that the colleague had gave me. Yeah, it wasn't the fact that you just had to be a high value male, and otherwise you were just a beta male, a theta male, or whatever lower level male. Money don't make a nigga. Money doesn't make an individual man. You know. Uh, I mean, it's I guess I guess in the mind of some people they might think the amount of money that you have is what makes them the alpha male of the individual. But you also have things such as physical prowess. How strong are you? Are you able to have endurance and have some form of immunity to certain forms of you know are you physical? Are you in the physical? Are you in great physical shape? Or are you intellectually sound? Are you a smart guy? Just because you got money, I don't mean you smart either. Hmm, I don't know, but you're still a man, though. They're very very wealthy fathers that their children think are absolute trash. Meanwhile, there may be the poorest father in America whose children absolutely adore him, and his children may very well be very very successful. You know, just because that's all they missed in their lives. They had everything else they needed in their lives, so getting the other part was easy. I don't know. I'm just on here hanging out. That's what niggas do on here. Don't they get on here and just hang out and talk about random shit? But I just don't have nobody in my comment section talking back to me. But yeah, how do you plan on building? You don't. How do How do you plan on building a village? Or are you able to say that you'll be able to pass along a legacy to your lineage? Do you have enough uh, uh, enough income capital for your children, your children's children, and I mean that's fine, and then you should at least have enough insurance to bury you. But for the most part, you got to be able to at least say that you passed some form of knowledge and wisdom or love, and if not anything else, love and compassion and a bit of protection, and the provision that you should if you're able to as a parent. I don't have no kids. I'm just speaking from the perception of being a child, and I had one parent that was there a lot, but then I guess other one, but my old man, he had shit to do. That's just to understand. He had time to discipline. He showed them, my old man, and fuck, I ain't. This ain't what that's about. But rest in peace to my pappy. Rest in peace to my pappy. A man of his time. You know, I just wanted to come on and mess around a bit. How long I've been on here? Says about 30-some minutes. Thank you for belaboring my presence. I humbly appreciate it. So, with that being said, I hereby depart. Until next time, peace and love.